how's it going? We're already back here. We're already back here with another Walter update. A Walter from the Volta update. I'm so excited, right? I'm so excited because so much has happened. So much has happened. We have an update. We have a sponsored move. The fact that they've already moved and now they're dancing around. They're dancing around in their new rental place. And they look happy. Lucas looks like he's actually doing something.
Good morning.
Lucas is very much taking the credit for this move when we all know he didn't have diddly squat to do with it. In fact, he didn't even help pack up the stuff because their actual move was sponsored.
It is officially moving day. Roadway is here packing up the entire San Francisco apartment and San Jose and moving everything into the new house.
A moving company came in and moved all their stuff. I'm pretty sure it's the exact same moving company that do you remember, like, I did this little thing on like the 30-part series of the fire escape girl bagging on her roommate, and then the roommate then turned out to be the one on the right, and then she then got sponsored to actually move out of that New York City apartment. Whole thing was pretty comical.
You and your roommate fighting about a dish rack? Well, look no further, because Roadway has you covered.
Sure, it's the exact same moving place. The moving place is called Roadway. It has like that big purple thingy-majiggy. It doesn't matter because they've already moved. They're out of here. Also, they're getting married this month. This month. You know, this month is happening July. They're getting married this month. I also desperately, like, before we get through all the different updates, because there's updates are updating, there's also this whole bit, right? She's now working with, what are they called? She's now working with Roden and Fields, which was notoriously a pretty seedy, pretty bad MLM. If you're not sure what an MLM is, it's a multi-level marketing. MLMs are basically pyramid schemes in like some sort of cloaked disguise. A lot of them were. And if you even look on their website, it's like, are you a pyramid scheme? No, pyramid schemes are illegal, but they used to be an MLM. Most people who enter MLMs never gain anything. They end up spending all their money on inventory. And you're making money off of the people rather than the actual product while spending a lot of money on product. Basically, it bankrupts people. MLM, all you need to know about MLMs is MLMs bankrupt people, and they target people who don't really have like a lot of income for themselves anyway, so then they end up in even more debt. It's pretty bad. I'm not an MLM covering girly. I've tried to be suckered into one of them before. I think it was Herbalife, whatever they're called. They tried suckering me in when I was like 17, 18 years old. It was really bizarre. That's the only experience I ever had with them, but there are a ton of like anti-MLM channels out there who will do a better job explaining it than I just did. But it's funny because that account, that Wally the Walnut account, I need to know who is behind this account because they seem to always like have the tea. They must have a hard drive full of like Danielle Walter old clips because they be pulling out those receipts. They found a clip of Danielle being vehemently against MLMs to the point where she was like, do not try me, I'm not the one.
I'm letting you know right now, for all of you MLM girlies, I'm not the one. I'm not the one to try. Don't try me. Don't try me with an MLM. Don't come up to me complimenting me, giving me a fake compliment in Target. I'm seeing this on my For You page.
She is now working with, she did this whole entire bit with Roden and Fields. Makeup, like a science skincare makeup thingy majubity jubies. So we're going to get into that because let me tell you, the backlash from that, pretty big. So what are we going to talk about first? So we're going to talk about the update. I didn't think we'd be here so quickly, but I suppose this month is going to be the month of like Danielle Walter content because so much stuff is happening with her.
So chaotic over here in a good way. Like a lot of life things are happening. I talked about this like a few weeks ago. We applied for a rental house and I feel like I shared that we got it, but like it was kind of like a rocky situation. It ironed itself out. We got the house. I just got keys, and we will be moving in there simultaneously. These were all my ideas, by the way. Moving right before getting married, on such a quick timeline, and like smushing everything together. It's just my type B brain was like, yeah, it's fine.
So first and foremost, they have moved. I mean, she went into the doll house, which is the one in San Francisco. Then she also went to the San Jose house. The moving company Roadway were going along and they went to the San Francisco house first. Basically, they have moved. They have moved. Danielle has said that they wanted to rent instead of they wanted to buy, so they have been renting this place. So they have, secured the rental. But when she was going around doing all this and that, it was very much her, like, on her own. Can't help but notice that the wallpaper is still very much on the wall. Like, do you reckon they like it? I don't even know. I just know that there was a lot of wallpaper going on in that house.
It's very echoey in here. Now we're headed to San Jose to do the same thing with the San Jose place. And then tomorrow we will be moving into the new place. While they were doing all the moving and packing, I was taking down wallpaper, and it is kind of crazy to look at this place's bare walls. I have to get a ladder for that. Basically took down a little bit less than half of the wallpaper in here. The last things that need to get finished are just switching out the light fixtures, and yeah, we're done.
She said that they'll be married this month, and if it wasn't for the wedding planner, then none of this would be happening. None of this.
Well, we are getting married this month. And so literally, thank God I have the most incredible planner, because there's no way I could have done this myself. Zero chance. None. Wedding planning has been going on all along. It's just been happening really fast. So I shared a little bit about when I was searching for a venue, but that's happening this month. So that all of a sudden you don't see wedding content and you're like, what is happening?
But the thing is, though, is that she's saying that, like, a lot of different stuff has been happening, but I'm not going to lie, we haven't really been shown a lot of it. We got shown her trying on some wedding dresses and venue shopping, but everything else, I think it was because the wedding planner was doing everything. We don't see. I reckon they're just going to turn up and they're going to be like, oh wow, didn't really have a lot to do with this wedding because of the wedding planner. Like, I don't know, I feel like we are promised content and I'm not seeing any content that's been delivered. That's all I'm trying to get at. Lucas, don't even get me started, because I don't even think he knows, like, I don't think he knows what is going on in any of this. He is just along for the ride. But the funny thing is that she's like, I'm so sure that Lucas is my person. I hope to God Lucas is your person, because you have quite literally got rid of the houses. You're renting a house now to yourselves. This has all been happening in like a year. I knew it, by the way. I knew that basically from like when they got together to now, it would be a whole entire year. And that is what has happened. They're moving house. We know what the urgency is, don't we? We know what the urgency is. I reckon it was something to do with the laws that the orange turnip brought in. That it's something to do with like the green cards and whatnot. I have a feeling that it's something a bit like that.
So now I am working with my team to finalize everything and make everything happen smoothly. So it's been a little bit chaotic. The big updates, and these are big updates, is married this month and we've got the house and we're moving in. Now I'm starting to get this, like, it's excitement, but it's also like nervousness before like a big event. My dress is incredible and I can't wait to be married. Like, I'm so sure that Lucas is my person, that's the one thing that I'm not like any kind of like nervous about, is the marriage.
Well, I bloody hope that Lucas is her person. Like, I bloody hope so, because there's a lot of change going on. And as we went over this in the last video, right, there's a lot of change. And she's saying that she's all chaotic and that, and she's saying that she's this and that. And I do just worry about her. I really do. May not come across like I do, but I really do, because I want this ultimately to work out in her best favour. She's just excited to be married. I would not be surprised if that there's going to be, I just think there might be a baby by the end of this year. I just think. But the problem is that she has now kind of irritated her audience a little bit. And the reasoning why is because of what I just said. So she decided to do a brand, like a partnership with Road and Field, Field and Road, whatever they're called. And it was not looking good, because people were literally commenting like, you hated MLMs. I thought, you're doing an MLM now, girl. I'm cracking up. Isn't she so against MLMs? because many people remember her story, her making a very, very, very strong stance that she is like dead against them.
Don't try me. No, I don't want to be a part of your MLM. I can't even say it. MLM. I feel bad because clearly you being in this, you don't understand what it is. I also feel very protective over my fellow girlies who are not MLM girlies that are going to Target trying to buy their things, and then you giving them a fake compliment to open a conversation, them thinking, oh, I'm finally making a friend because we all want to make friends, and then trying to tell them how they can be financially free like your friends who are 28 and retired. Don't try me. I'm so serious.
I don't know. She must earn a fair bit of money from brand sponsorships, etc. I can only speak about it from YouTube. I know that YouTube pays way better than what TikTok does. I know that for a fact. But a lot of I think you can get more lucrative brand deals over on TikTok, I think. So a lot of creators rely on their income from brands and sponsors. This is kind of where Danielle fits in. So Danielle does a lot of work with sponsors. I do work with sponsors as well, no tea, no shade. But she decided to take on the Roden and Fields one. Now, Roden and Fields was a very notorious MLM. Skincare, makeup, and all of that. To the point where I typed in, because there are so many different MLMs that I wasn't really entirely sure which one was which. But it says on their own website, the Roden and Fields business changes and what they mean for you. And it says, we're changing our business model, what it means for you. So basically, they said that their business model is evolving to an affiliate-powered, direct-to-consumer approach to align with the evolving nature of the market and the changing needs of our customers. In 2024, we transitioned from a multi-level marketing model to an affiliate-powered, direct-to-consumer model to make it easier than ever for more people to discover and fall in love with our dermatologist-created products. Now, I remember when the Body Shop went to like a more MLM approach, and I was ultra sad because I really swear by Body Shop products. They're really good moisturizers. They're really good for my skin because I've got quite delicate skin. So I was really upset when I found out about this. Now, it kind of feels like they haven't made this change. R&F have not made this change through any ethical reasoning. They've done it, I think, because a lot of people realize that MLMs are scammy and scummy, and a lot of people don't like it. Doesn't look great for them, not good for their business model. So now they've gone on to more like, hey, we're going to get these influencers, which is kind of like what they already did. They're putting it more on an affiliate program. And I do just find it funny because now Danielle is like, sign me up, buttercup.
We are going to get matched with a skincare regimen by Rodan and Fields.
Actually, I think either Unblemish or Redefined are going to be your
Okay. Just got to my hotel room. Let's do a room tour. Look how cute. Gorgeous. Oh my gosh. We have dinner soon.
Our main purpose is loving what you see. And so we hope over the next 2 days you're in this journey with us, with knowing a little bit more about our science.
Because major side note, when we used to see all of these MLMs and they had their like top people, like that woman, don't know who she is, but she looks like senior. When we used to see them at those dinners, isn't that so reminiscent of what the MLMs used to be, where they used to like get together their like top recruiters or whatever and take you out and like show you just like how amazing the company is, and you know, you could be here and da 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 da. Well, they're doing the exact same thing, like basically just like showing them how amazing everything is and doing those little like dinner speeches. So reminiscent of that. They used to do it with just like regular people, but now they're doing it with influencers. I swear to God, the business model has literally just not changed. Like, it has been altered slightly. Like, they have basically just replaced the average person with an influencer. So you then have to go to an influencer and go via like their affiliate links instead of going via just like a regular person. They've just replaced them with the influencers. I see no difference.
And she has had such a strong stance against MLMs for like the longest time. Like I say, Wally the Walnut had posted this video of her slating MLMs. Basically, she was saying, like, you know, if you are getting hit up by an MLM, please message me and I will tell them to like leave you alone, saying that she hates like going into Target and having all these like, you know, Hun bots come and be like, hey girl, da, 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 like trying to sell you something, when they're just trying to get you to sign up to spend money on inventory to then be a part of like their little pyramid.
And then you giving them a fake compliment to open a conversation, them thinking, oh, I'm finally making a friend, because we all want to make friends. And I'm going to go one step further. If you need to be saved out of a conversation with someone who is trying to sell you an MLM, just call me up. I'm going to pull up so hard. And actually, you know what? I am your girl, because I'm going to ask you some questions. Ask you for your financial plan. I'm going to ask you how much money you've invested and how much money you have personally made. And I'm going to ask you if you've actually sold products or if you've purchased them and now it's your requirement to sell them.
Because even R&F say, no, pyramid schemes are illegal, which is what all of the MLMs used to say. Yeah, pretty bad. Like I say, there are so many anti-MLM videos and channels out there, so just go have a little look, because they're still going. Like, people still fall for them. Yeah, it's really sad, because ultimately they do target, a lot of the time they are actually targeting, like, in a lot of cases, like, they're like, you know, stay-at-home mums, or like who want to make a bit of income on the side, or the stay-at-home single mums, like, do you know what I mean, like people looking for a bit of extra money. And I just think it's so icky, because it's so easy to fall into that trap. You need money, you're desperate, it's so easy. So she was always really, really, really against it.
That is improvement in skin.
It's giving Justin Bieber. I feel like Hey, we are on the bus. We're going to Olivia Dean tonight. Look at her sparklies, my new friend, my bestie.
And there she is, using the, you know, we're not besties, we're not this, we're not that. She then comes along and she's then posted this video of her like in the back of like a van or a limo or something, with all these girls that are obviously the ambassadors, the affiliate people that R&F are talking about, calling them, oh, this is my new bestie. I'm like, girl, what are we doing? What are we doing? Like, how, the thing is, right, even if they're saying that they're not an MLM anymore, the thing is that they obviously they obviously made that change because they weren't getting enough sales, or they weren't as popular, or like it just wasn't economically, it just wasn't really working for them. I just don't know how you could like, I just don't know. I'm not really feeling it. But the thing is that like she's gonna take these things because it makes her money. But yeah, ironically, she is literally there like calling these girls her besties, and she's out like doing the whole like brand influencer trip thing, which she has said in the past that she really struggles with because she has like social anxiety and all of that. And I'm just like, this is blatantly to like pay for the wedding and stuff, but to do that big a free 80, but you know what I mean, like a big 160 like that, I'm just a little bit like, why? I would not have known it was an MLM or like an ex-MLM. I never would have known had, you know, it that like people not be talking about it, because I'd never heard of R&F before.
And also, right, I'm a complete nobody, but I think they had to change their business model massively because they were involved in some pretty brutal like lawsuits. There was one which was to do with the people that actually were working there. It was back December 2025, where the final hearing had been scheduled. So this has just happened. The Road and Field Co. agreed to pay $8 million to resolve a class action lawsuit alleging wage and hour violations, including unpaid wages, unreimbursed business expenses, and penalties under California's Private Attorneys General Act. So yeah, obviously they're not looking too good. But then the real kicker was back a couple of years ago, they were literally like, they had to settle litigation for $38 million. Just let that sink in. $38 million. Basically, in a nutshell, without me just sitting here and like reading, like waffling on, they got sued big time because there is a difference between having something be like cosmetic and then it actually be like a drug on the body. And what had happened is they were sued massively because of this, like, what was it called, lash boost conditioning serum. Basically, right, there was something in their eyelash serum altering people's bodies, right? It was no longer just cosmetic, it was literally, it was a drug, okay? And they were trying to play all like, oh no, like it's not that, when it was. They got in big trouble for that. 38 million. It says they will establish funds totaling 38 million to put the kibosh on claims of fraud and unfair competition in US federal and state class actions, while maintaining it never intended its prostaglandin analog containing lash boost to impart drug-like structure and or functions effect on the human body. They got in big trouble. I believe that was back March 2022. So they've just had problem after problem. There is a reasoning why they are rebranding.
The thing is that after she made that initial video of her going, I'm not the one, do not come after me, I don't like MLM, she had actually posted this thing. This was 2 years ago. She posted I found this on the Reddit, I'm pretty sure, a story saying, apparently some people, likely those involved in MLMs, were upset with my recent post. Here's what I have to say. I have a platform where I can share my opinion, and my opinion is that any business that has to recruit other people rather than relying on the value of the products or services is not legitimate. Why else would that model be necessary? This is just logic. Do not DM me to try to convince me otherwise. Does that mean that you don't genuinely think the product's good because it couldn't have been sold without having the backing of people selling it and then other people buying it and then recruiting people? Do you know what I mean? 2, just because the video expresses my opinion, MLMs, which may be different than your opinion, doesn't make it in poor taste. It just means we may have different opinions. The video was me expressing my boundary between me, my friends, and MLMs. At no point was I making fun of people in MLMs. In fact, I stated I felt badly for those involved. There also wasn't a single untrue thing said in the video. 3, there is so much research on this topic that this is quite frankly indisputable. Human nature is to be offended when someone disagrees with something you are doing, so I understand if that's where some people are falling in this situation. I am expressing I don't align with something that you do. The natural response is offense. I am cool with you being in an MLM, even if I don't want that for myself or anyone I know. There are also probably other things we don't agree on. I'm okay with that. If you're not, I invite you to explore that within yourself, as well as unfollow me if that's what you need to do. So when I think, because I didn't follow her 2 years ago, I only came across her during the 21 part series. I've just done a little bit of like background reading. I think to a lot of people this is where they're coming from when they say that like she's changed, because it's not just what she's saying, it's also the way that she's saying it. Like she does literally seem like a completely different person, and that could just be like the evolution of time on camera, because if you looked back at some videos even from like 2 years ago on this channel, I guarantee you the way that I talk, the way that I express myself, like it's going to be very different, because back then I wasn't as confident, and like it's the evolution of time, like people do change. But I think, I don't know, so I can kind of understand like your delivery and how comfortable you are on camera, but it actually seems like she's kind of like gone the other way. Like she was once a lot more like open and like animated, and now she's kind of a bit more like distant. Does that make any sense? It could be because she's just had a lot of backlash, but even looking at videos just before the 21 part series, before she got the backlash, there was a difference in the way that she. Usually you see people become more animated rather than like lesser, and I think it's sad because she's already made posts saying her life is a bit of a chaotic mess and she's wants to be more type A again, but she's type B, and this is what she said. I'm not like pulling it out of thin air. So then when you have all videos of her and then she's contradicting herself in such a way, you're a bit like, I mean, like, yeah, your views can change, but the thing is that this company at its core is only making this affiliate ambassador program thing. They're only making that change because their MLM thing is not working for them anymore. It's a money-making thing. And obviously Danielle needs and wants money if she's going to be funding this wedding with, let's face it, kind of by herself, and this move and everything else. That's just what I think, right, in regards to this whole situation. I feel like we're going to be making another video fairly soon about this wedding that's going to be happening. Their house looks big and white and vacant. It looks extremely different to how, but basically just like Danielle in general. Like Danielle's a very like colorful, vibrant, like vintagey woman. So to see the house, hopefully she will come in and do her wallpaper. I know a lot of people don't like her wallpaper, but I really do. I think it wouldn't be for me because I don't really like wallpaper, but for her, it just matches her whole personality and vibe. And I hope she actually comes and re-wallpapers it, because then if she doesn't, it just feels like she's just like kind of slipping away from like the person that she was. Do you know what I mean? I just feel like the wallpaper is very much her vibe, unless she can't because it's rented. I don't know, but I'd love to hear your side. I'd love to hear your point of view on this situation. I hope you guys have a wonderful day wherever you are in this world. You take care of each other, take care of yourselves, and I will catch up with you guys in the next video.